Hey y'all, welcome back to For the Fans. We are so excited to be back to talk some Survivor season 44, which we are just like 3 weeks away from premiering. So it's kind of a short little off season, which I'm excited about. So we've got a brand new cast. We are going to talk through them, talk about who we think are some stars, who maybe are some duds, because there might be some out there, and maybe who's going to surprise us and pull a Gabler. So, Kevin,
I told you about Gabler.
Oh my god.
Karen, Ravi, welcome.
Hello. Robbie, welcome back. We haven't seen you in a long time.
a little bit.
Karen, we haven't seen you in a little bit of time, but we're so happy that you're here again. I can't believe you were right about Gabler. That was just disappointing. It was one of the most disappointing things that happened in my year of 2022. But here we are. I'm such a Gabler hater.
Starting off positive as always, Kevin.
Nah, Robbie. I am positive about this season.
Whoa,
last season.
I feel like if Gabler winning was one of the worst things that happened to you in 2022, you probably had a pretty good
year. That's a pretty good year.
That's a good year.
Because that's not exactly. Sheldon is in the comments saying the same thing.
Nailed it.
So there's definitely worse things that I think could have happened. But anyways, all right. Yeah. So we got us a whole new group of people, 18 new and eclectic. I think that is a good word for this group of people because there's some personalities out here. And there's already some stuff popping off in this preseason with them all posting on Twitter and everything else. And so I'm excited to talk about some of that extra stuff too. And as I was researching stuff today, Jeff Probst was quoted as saying, "This is one of the most intense, unpredictable, inspirational, and most entertaining seasons ever."
He doesn't say all of those words all the time. He says some of them most of the time. So if we're getting all of those words, this should be
I'm excited. And it kind of gives me a little bit of hope that this is going to be a really good season.
We'll see.
It gives me hope.
I don't know if it's going to be a good season, but I think it's going to be a season.
Sheldon, thank you, Sheldon. Sorry.
Ooh, inspirational.
Says, inspirational.
That is definitely part of the new era. We know we're going to get some of these, backstories that are really inspiring. I don't mind a little bit of it. And there are some that have some really incredible stories. So that we're going to get some of those. And one
of the things I do love about the new era, if you will, of Survivor is that them being fans is almost a foregone conclusion, right? And so you have people that are going to be playing whatever way they see fit, but they're going to be playing, right?
Yeah.
People aren't there for no one is under the illusion that they're going for a vacation any longer. They are all
and that's what I want to see.
Yes, people playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they all in their bios, they all talk about how they have been fans pretty much since day one. A few of them got in a little bit later, but then have gone back and watched previous seasons. So, everybody's a fan. All right, let's jump into this. We got 18 people to talk about.
3 tribes.
Then, of course, we will be
26 days. One survivor.
All right. So first up, we have our Tika tribe. They will be wearing purple. This consists of Carolyn, Helen, Sarah, Bruce, Carson, and Jam Jam. Not Yam Yam, Jam Jam. Okay? So.
Hot mess.
This group here, I mean, they were like, we're going to just put all of the personalities onto one tribe because this one's got it. So, All right, alphabetical order. First up, we've got our boy Bruce. Big Bruce, and Bruce is 46 years old. He's from West Warwick, Rhode Island, and he is the oldest person on this season. So, Kevin, how you feeling about Bruce's vibes? What's he giving you here?
So Bruce, from the jump, I like first and foremost, I like the stance, right? I like the pose. He's got the smile going. He's got his hands on his hips. He looks like a guy that knows what he's going to be doing here, and is ready to play. But as the oldest guy on the cast, I don't really feel that great for him in this game.
So, but I mean, like 46 years old, that is not old. Like,
True.
No, but it's not old, but it's not young.
Yep.
All right. And I think you're right, Kevin. I mean, the guy looks very confident. His pose, his stance, whatever you want to call it. Now, keep in mind, the photographer probably said, "Try this, try that, do this, do that."
Of course,
but even in his demeanor, when you watch some of the press that's out there, he's extremely confident. And my only concern, if I was to throw concerns out there already, which I'm going to, is he going to be overconfident, over cocky? Do you know what I mean? Which we see a lot of times in these seasons, early game. Is he going to be the one that helps lead everybody because he's confident, or is he going to be the one that barks orders at everybody because he's cocky? And it's going to be interesting to wait and see how that plays out. Episode 1, basically. I
also wonder, with him being a dad, he talks about being a dad. Are we going to get a little Roxroy here?
That's my worry. But at the same time, like, I always worry about older castaways. But I think Mike Turner is a great example of like an older guy that just can vibe with anyone. So I think just because of age, we can't count him out. And honestly, in his video, like reading his bio, I was just like, I'm bored. Like, next. But in his video, I was getting a little Earl vibes. Like, he seems personable. And I mean, I like hanging out with older people. Like, age isn't.
I feel like you're about to do the sandwich method, right? It was like compliment and then bash them and then compliment.
I feel like a lot of older people have trouble like relating to younger people. But that's not always the case. Like, and I think Mike is the perfect example of how that isn't always the case. So I am kind of hopeful of this guy, actually.
One of the things that's interesting about Bruce is he grew up in the foster system. So he talks about like he is like very comfortable with if he has an alliance that he can be like, hey, we're going to work together till the merge and then we're going to go different ways. Like, that's fine. Like, he's like, I don't get too attached to people necessarily because like I had 127 brothers and sisters that floated through my home. So, sometimes people are here for, a good time, not a long time.
He's used to things not being predictable and things changing on the fly, whether he wants it to or not.
I was just about to say that too. I think it's underrated what you just said. I think is going to play a bigger part. Hopefully, if he lasts long enough, it'll play a huge part, because how many times do you see people get connected to their ride or die or whoever their alliance is, whatever it is, and then drop your buffs, or mixing things up, whatever it is. And all of a sudden they go to do a confessional and says, I was in a great spot and now I'm screwed. Basically, I don't know anybody. Where I feel like based on this guy's story, he's probably been in that situation before where he's known people who have come and gone that he really wishes probably haven't come and gone, friends he got close to. If he says 127 brothers and sisters, then there you go. The only thing that really scared me about this when it comes to the quotes and things he was saying were 2 words where he said, awesome husband. He was going through all the things he is, goes, and I'm an awesome husband and all this stuff. And I'm like, just the way he said it, such a small thing, but like, you could just say husband, but he's just but almost like, I don't know, man.
He's
like,
also he's raising 2 awesome kids too.
No, he said he's a father to 2 kids and I'm an awesome husband. How about I'm married to an awesome wife?
In his parade interview, he said
like,
that me. In his parade interview, he's raising 2 awesome kids with an amazing
I don't know, man. Just the way he said it, I don't know. It just stood out to me.
He does say like that could come across arrogant, that he's very self-assured, that he's been through his 20s where he didn't know who he was, and he's been through his 30s where he was kind of finding himself, and now he's like mid 40s
where he's going to be reminded,
and he's found himself and he is confident in himself, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But if you get somebody like coming back to Roxroy that, hey, this is how we're going to build the shelter and it's my way or the highway. Well, that's kind of a bad thing. So
he might crush it at challenges.
I don't know.
How old was Earl? Do you know?
He played?
Yeah.
I think Earl's like only 46 now.
Okay, so he was like younger.
Yeah, I think he was probably like early 30s.
Hmm.
But Kevin's.
Girl, I'm
I
looking
feel
it
like
up.
early 30s is the sweet spot for
I'm gonna
Survivor.
say 36 is the perfect age. If anybody's
Girls
listening,
50.
You gotta know what you're doing in life, but you don't want to be so out of touch either.
Right.
Earl's 51 now.
Oh,
How many years ago was Fiji?
13, Survivor 13, so
14.
14.
It aired in 2000. It filmed in 2006. So
17 years ago. He was 34.
yeah. Mhm.
okay.
All right. So,
Question for you guys: does Bruce make the merge?
I think so. Yeah.
Karen says yeah.
oof.
He doesn't
So-
look out of shape. I mean, you can't get rid of.
yeah, so like going
look at
back,
this group.
looking
You
at this
cannot get rid of
tribe.
him.
Yeah. Looking at his tribe, I think that Bruce is somebody that they probably need to stick around, unless he is just rubbing people the wrong way. I think.
I didn't
think-
get that from his interview. I think he'll make merge, but feel free to disagree.
Robbie?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
You don't think he'll make merge?
No, I don't think so.
Why not? You getting too much rocks away from him? You think he'll be alive?
I'm just looking at all the personalities that he's with and who I think will kind of connect to each other and who will pull each other along regardless of winning or losing. And I don't get the vibe that he's going to mesh well with the rest of his tribe. Now, if there's a mix up early, maybe I'm wrong.
All right.
I would like him to make the merge, but I think that there's a possibility that they go after the strong people early because that the game is played a little different now. It's played similarly, but there's more gamers. There's more gamers in this game. And so I think he does not make merge. I don't think he makes the merge. What about you, Kylie?
I think he will, because of like the opposite of what Robbie said, where Robbie's like, hey, there's these big personalities that I think are going to kind of be drawn to each other. I think he could kind of slide under the radar a little bit, and you do have these really big upfront personalities on this tribe, and that maybe if they lose a couple challenges, maybe they want to get rid of a couple of these because there's some big ones and they may clash. So speaking of big personalities, our next person, Carolyn White. So Miss Carolyn here is 35 years old. She is from Hugo, Minnesota, and she is a drug counselor, and specifically she works in the prisons. And she herself is like a recovered addict. And so that's also like where we've got Bruce and his foster care, Carolyn, and her story is going to be, being a recovered addict. And so that's going to drive a lot of how she plays. So, Kevin, tell us about a girl, Carolyn here.
So
What you getting from her?
Carolyn, the energy I'm getting from her, from this, she got the tattoos going. She, like you said, a recovering addict. I think that she's going to be a lot really soon, and that could either be a good thing or a bad. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be in your face. I don't think she's going to mind it. It's going to be fun. That may not be a long time, but it's going to be a good time.
So she identifies most closely with Nora and Marianne.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yes. yes.
I was completely wrong about Marianne. Like, I thought she was going to get on
you
people's
were.
nerves. I mean, she's such a nice, infectious person, but I was like, okay, I could not handle that out there on the island. And she proved them wrong.
Listen,
And
she said she wants to say that she's going to be like Wentworth or that she's going to be like Parvati, but she said she's way more like Nora than she is those two.
At least you know.
But
The
that's
thing-
valuable to know.
The thing with her is I think that she is going to be able to make like really deep connections with people, but I think she doesn't have a strategic bone in her body. So it's really like a toss up how far she makes it, because if she's in the final three, just like Nora, I don't know. I mean, Marianne is such a
Enigma.
anomaly.
Yeah.
Like, think of all the seasons. Like, Marianne's the only person like that to ever win. And there have been so many of those characters. So, I mean,
you've
chances
got
for her, like,
Phillips.
yeah, she has an example. Huh?
I said you've got Phillips and Nora.
Yeah, they don't win. They never win, except for
remember
Mary.
their alliances, right? Like, remember the tribe that Marianne started on was just a tank, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm going to throw this out there, and I'll probably get laughed at, but honestly, I think what Carolyn should be most worried about starting this game is the weather, because if it rains and they are all forced to go in whatever small shelter that they make, and her personality is wedged under this tiny little tent for 24 hours or 18 hours or whatever it is. I remember what happened when Marianne was forced to do that, and how close her own alliance came to basically wanting to throw the game just to not have to deal with the personality that close for that long. I think if it's nice sunny days and she can walk away and other people can walk away and she can read the room when she's too much and go about her business, then I mean, she's basically perseverance, personified here. So I think she can do well if she can avoid being reined in and give people their space when they need it.
I agree. If she has, like I said, if she has to be too much, too soon, too often, it's gonna be an issue. But if she's able to tone it down just a tad, so that way she's able to let her inspiration, if you will, show, and how much of a fighter she's obviously a fighter, right? She's obviously a survivor. So, and I don't mean like in terms of the game, but she's as a person, she's a survivor. So that's going to be valuable. If she's able to show her real human side, I think that's going to help her go far. But if she can't tone it down, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's the last thing they'll throw in there. I know we got to keep rolling here, but I want to mention too, I don't often put a lot of weight into people's professions because a lot of times the tags are kind of built up for the show and all that stuff. But if you're a counselor, you do a lot of listening and you deal with a lot of, people who are going through whatever it is they're going through. And you do a lot of listening to people talk to you and letting them speak. And that's very valuable in this game too. So I think we might be surprised if if that's her career and she's successful at it, then, as much of a big personality she is, I wouldn't be surprised if she can sit back and listen.
Kylie, what do you think of her?
I don't know. Like, I'm already like thinking of our money draft, and I'm like, she's going to, however long she's there, she's going to get airtime. And so it's kind of one of those things of, you do see these personalities, Nora's and Phillips, that stick around for a long time, in part because people are like, oh, okay, well, this is a number for me, and this is someone that I think I can beat at the end. And so, she's probably going to be like voted out first, or she may make the end. Like, I don't know. And I don't know where it's going to land for her. All of us have played orgs. She posted a video on Twitter. She has played orgs. And I mean, she was like kind of sporadic in the video she posted. And I was like, I mean, in an online game, she's probably somebody I would have wanted to vote off. That's not even like living with her on an island in terrible conditions. So I don't know. I don't know where our world's going. So, Kevin.
Does Carolyn make the merge though? I think yes. I think she'll make the merge. I don't know that she has high winner equity, but I think you'll either figure that out early in the game, early enough, but it won't be too early for her to like go home because of it. But I think it'll be early enough that you're like, she's gonna be here for a minute.
Karen, does she make the merge?
I think so, just because I believe in her ability to just like deeply connect with someone, whether or not she's annoying. And I feel like when you're on the island and all that stuff, those deep connections matter. I don't think she's going to be any strategic mastermind, and there's no way she's winning, but I think she could make the merge unless she's just completely ridiculous. But I don't think she will be.
Robbie.
I'm going to say something that I never say, and I'm going to go with my heart on this one, and I'm going to say yes. I want her to make the merge, and so because of that, I'm going to say I'm against the odds. I think it'll be hopefully some sun in the first couple days.
I think the
All right,
breaking news here is that Robbie has a heart. That's
Yes,
the
wow.
breaking news.
yes.
I'm going to go against the group, and I'm going to say that no, we're not going to see Carolyn at the merge.
Okay.
Like I said, I feel like she's someone that she's going to be gone first, or she's going to probably be sitting at the end. So, let's see what happens. All right, moving on. Our next member, Carson Garrett. Carson is 20 years old. He is from Atlanta, Georgia, and he is a NASA engineering student. And he closely identifies with Cochran and Christian.
Of course he does.
Yeah, I mean,
Of course he does.
but like you look at him, and I mean, he's just your typical looking nerd. He does not want to tell people that he is a rocket scientist, and but there's this picture of him like on day one where he doesn't have his glasses on and his shirt's off, and he's like kind of buff looking, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't look like the same person. And so I'm like, okay, if Carson can like kind of present this side of himself, then maybe people don't look at him and think, oh my God, this is Christian.
Listen,
and I have to
here in the
vote you all.
comments, Sheldon said it all. The glasses tell us everything we need to know. The moment he has to put them on and his hair is a little disheveled, I'm gonna look at him and be like, first, he looks a lot like Robbie. And then I'm gonna say,
He's a sharp dressed
nerd.
man right there. I got sleeves though.
But I'm gonna look at him and say, this dude, if I like squint, I see Christian Ubicki. And if I see Christian Ubicki, this dude's gotta go. That's exactly what I would like. Squint just enough. I can see too much of a brainiac, and I can't handle that.
But do we think that his age kind of takes away from some of that? Because we did get Christian as, a 30-something man, and little Carson here is.
So, Kylie, there's a show called Big Bang Theory, and then there's another show called Young Sheldon. He is just the young Sheldon version of Christian Ubicki.
Oh man, I can't disagree more. I can't disagree more on this. No way.
What? Oh no,
So-
I
Go ahead.
Robbie.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
here's the
Karen, are
deal.
you with me? Karen, are you agreeing with me here?
All right, number one, he's 20, and I think most to all 20-year-olds in Survivor suck. Like social skills
Sammy
are
was
just
great.
not
Sammy
there.
was 19 and he was great. Sammy was 19 and he was great.
Okay. There's exceptions to the rule.
Sammy
And
wasn't
Michael-
great. Sammy
And-
was.
All right.
Michael
I
Jordan wasn't
like
bad
nerds.
either.
Like I'm sitting in front of a 3D printer here. Like I like nerds. Like,
Okay.
so, however, they're not good socially in general.
Can confirm.
However, like that is something I personally would gravitate towards because I appreciate that in people, but not the majority of the population does not appreciate that. So and this cast is not going to appreciate that. So he has to hide it, number one. And he's 20 years old. So I don't think he's going to be able to hide it enough. And he just isn't going to have the social skills to overcome that.
Yeah. So I think you and I are on very similar pages here, Karen. He's not a rocket scientist. He's a student. All right.
Yeah.
He's not an engineer. He's a student in engineering. Okay. He hasn't graduated. For all we know, the guy's flunking half his freaking courses. Like Christian Ubicki was a professor, wasn't he, when he went out there?
Yeah.
Like that's a whole
really
different
rocket
world, man. Like not only do you have, he probably had a doctorate at that point. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
and robotics.
this isn't like, oh, I just got out of high school 2 years ago. I made it through my first year courses, so now I'm a rocket scientist in my second year or whatever he's in. Needless to say, I'm not impressed. We'll wait and see if he's actually as smart as he's pretending to be. But I think if he brings those glasses out there just to make fire, and that's his whole shtick, and that's why he's wearing them, then that's why we don't see them in the clips. He's not wearing them. Maybe he literally just broke them and made fire for shits. But anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Look,
I'm not
this
impressed.
This kid said his favorite hobbies are 3D printing, Settlers of Catan,
Yep.
photography, Minecraft, strategic board games, space videos on YouTube, and Civilization 5, which is a video game. This kid is a nerd and he cannot hide it. There's
feel like
nothing he's gonna do about it.
He'd get along very well with my husband and I. Like I love like my husband was 3D printing and space
But
videos.
Karen,
and
you and your husband aren't on the island, and that's where the problem is.
He sounds like me when I was 20, and I would have lost Survivor when I was 20. So
wait, one more thing, Kylie. Robbie mentioned
about
that.
his.
Kylie, hold on. One more
his
thing.
3D printing.
Hold on. Robbie mentioned how he's not doesn't work for NASA yet, and that's true. But his great grandfather did, and I'm sure he's going to talk about that ad nauseum.
Oh my god! Or even if he talks about the 3D printing, like nobody cares. Like it's so complicated and complex or whatever, nobody cares about it. So if he talks about it for more than 10 seconds, like people are.
I can use slicers. Good for you.
Yes.
So, but his 3D printing, he has 3D printed Survivor puzzles. So, our guy here. But, okay, so one thing that I wanted to say is Sheldon hits on this, and this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. He has been too active on Twitter to not stay long. Our guy, and he's excited. And, let me tell you, if I was on Survivor, I would be excited too. But our guy is out here full on with a merch store with pillows and t-shirts, okay? And I don't follow Australian Survivor, but one of the Australian Survivors was like, this is so cringe, and has kind of had some drama a little bit. And I mean, I understand being really excited. I mean, Danny McRae had his, Team Danny merch. I may have bought a shirt.
It's the generation, though, not to sound old, but that's what you do now.
Right.
You monetize. That's the
To.
word.
Especially if you're not going to be there long. Especially if you're not long for this world. I got to get in early. I got to get in hot. I got to get it early.
His name recognition.
But I'm just thinking, if it's me and I'm going on Survivor and I don't make it very long, I am not going to go full on out with the merch. If my family wants to make some and wear our shirts for our, 2 or 3 episodes that I'm on, I am not going to create a whole ass store.
Kylie,
so I am completely reading into that as he's going to stick around for a while. And not only that, he is not the only person on this tribe that has created merch. Who y'all think your other one is?
You're not 20, right? At 20 years old, I'm making merch, baby. I'm over here. I'm making sure everybody knows who I am. I'm asking how quickly I can get verified. Can I be verified now that the cast dropped? Or do I still have to wait until episodes start airing? Let me know, Instagram. Let me know.
Breaking news. Kylie's not a capitalist, according to Sheldon.
There you go. But he is one of 2 people selling merch. Our girl, Carolyn, she's also hopped on that train. So,
all right, but nobody's buying it.
Maybe. All right.
Does Carson make the merch, Robbie? Does Carson make the merch?
Oof. I can't keep saying no to as many people as I want to say no to because someone's got to make it. God damn, but I'm saying no.
You're saying no to Carson? What
I'm
about
saying
Karen?
no.
Karen does not think Carson makes the merge either.
And I say yes. I am not with y'all guys.
I mean, if he does, I'm for it, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think he's going to come off a little too much. His cover's going to be blown pretty early because he can't hide.
Yeah, he's going to get wrecked. Yes. Oh, wait, should we say pwned? Is that more appropriate?
That's more for who he is. He will be pwned. Yes.
All right. Moving on. Next up, Miss Helen Lee. Helen is 29 years old from San Francisco, California, and she is a product manager. I have no idea what kind of product she manages. She identifies with Erica as a winner and Lauren O'Connell, which I love her pulling out Lauren O'Connell because Lauren is one of the people from the late 30s that I would love to see play again. But with the recency bias, if you see this small little Asian girl there right after an Erica win, do you think that this comparison is going to be too easy to draw? Just like, if you saw Mariah out there, you know, they not said, oh, hey, Mariah reminded me of Marianne. That's why she had to go right from the get-go. Do you think Helen is in trouble because of her looks, basically?
I don't. I think that Erica, I mean, it's going to be real rude to say, but I like already low-key forgot Erica won. Right? She was like low-key unassuming. She was very under the radar. If Helen could keep a low profile, I'm going to also forget that she's there, and then boom, she's going to win, just like Erica did. Erica's winning is not going to, like I said, hit me over the head with making quick comparisons to Helen. And I like Helen a lot. I like Helen. I like the stance in this photo, right? This stance is kind of awkward. And like Robbie said, they had her do multiple poses. They tried multiple things, and this is the best we got. And I love it. I love it because she's just a natural person out here doing what she can. And I'm sure they took her to the beach. They had her stand by these trees. They had her stand by some rocks, and they were like, "This is what we got. This is what we got for Helen." And I'm excited for her, man. I'm excited for her. If she can pull off the ditz looking thing, but just be nice and kind and empathetic, she's gonna be there for a long time.
All right.
Karen is making a face.
All right. This is like not my opinion. This is I mean, maybe if you can think of things to prove me wrong. Other than Erica, historically Asian women do not do well in Survivor. I don't know.
Usually there's not a lot of them out there, though. There's not usually a lot of them out there. There's not a lot of minorities.
That's the other thing I was thinking about earlier is like they don't cast a lot of them, but when they do, and usually when they cast them, they're older as well. And being older by itself, being an older woman by itself, and then being an older Asian woman, that's just like you're just setting someone up for like not succeeding, I think.
PG did well.
If you're in a cast that's not diverse at all. That's what I'm saying. And I think that Erica, when her tribe never went to tribal pre-merge, and they even tried to throw a challenge, she would have been gone. She would have been gone.
They tried to get rid of her. They did try to get rid of her.
So like an Erica win, well, I don't like. It's totally valid. I mean, she would have been gone pre-merge had they lost.
They're trying to get rid of her at the merge. They thought she was going to be gone. Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of like.
Oh, and if it's not for the hourglass twist, she's gone then.
I would love to see an example that goes against the like bad.
But
and
are we asking though if Helen has winner equity? Or are we asking if Helen's gonna do well? Because well doesn't mean you won, right? Because that means there's just only 43 people that have done 42 people that have done
There's nowhere to hide in a 6-person tribe.
That's the thing. And I feel like there is something that happens to Asian women in small tribes or big tribes that I don't, especially in a small tribe, I don't know if she can overcome that because I don't know. I haven't analyzed what exactly it is. Or I mean, because I mean, I don't want it to be like, oh, it's a race thing, but is it?
I mean, Brenda's song did well. PG's done well. Becky did well technically in Cook Islands.
Technically.
But that was a more diverse cast, right? And I say technically because that cast had more diversity, and by adding more diversity, it gave, like you said, Asian women a better opportunity to do well. And so that's why I think any pre-41 data in terms of race outside of both Fiji and Cook Islands can't really be taken into effect. Because
that's fair. It doesn't matter. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's an Asian specific or not thing pre-41. I think it's a different than the majority, regardless. Like if you're on an island and everybody can bond over something and you're one of the people who can't bond, yes, it's because of race, but for any reason, like I always use examples like Marines or hockey players. Like if you're out there with 17 hockey players and you're the one football player and you talk about being a football player and they all talk about being hockey players, it's just one more reason why you stand out. Do you know what I mean? And if you're different in any way, when people are trying to survive, you stand out and if someone has to throw a name out, then that's the 50-50 coin toss.
And so, I mean, one of the things Helen talks about in her interview on Parade is that she is kind of used to fitting in to her different groups, and that she like had like a dance group that was with like Asian girls, but then she went to like an all-white high school and grew up like in an all-white area. And so she's kind of used to maybe even being a little bit of an outsider in terms of that, but then, you know, having to adapt a little bit of, you know, fitting in.
I think with the post like 41 and on that it's more diverse cast, I think maybe that's definitely less of an issue. However, she is still petite and small, and on the 6-person tribe, that's another thing. Like just being a woman is like another thing that's going to get eyes on you.
Yeah.
I want to throw, before we move on here to the vote on whether or not she's going to make merge, is one of the I don't know, saving graces that might you know come to fruition for Helen is the fact that she is ridiculous. I literally have notes written, and Kevin, you said it earlier, a natural. I put natural on this. I think she would speak to us the same with or without the cameras there. I think she's just comfortable. I think it's like nothing phases Helen. She's just there, and you ask her a question, she answers a question. It doesn't matter. There's a whole camera crew with lights and mics and all that stuff. And you know, she might be that compass in the first couple of days for some people too. If she's really calm and not fazed by anything, then that might kind of endear her a little bit. But if they get into hardship, she is small. And it's hard to hide in a 6-person tribe when you're doing physical challenges, you know, every day basically. So
all right. So
Kylie,
there's our girl Helen.
Kylie, what are your thoughts? I don't feel like you gave too many thoughts.
I don't have a lot of thoughts on Helen, so that kind of tells you where I'm at on her.
Okay.
I mean, I think like I listened to her interview and I was like, she seems really nice. But then whenever I moved on from it, I was like, I don't remember anything about her.
Okay.
So
actually, I just thought of something. Like she's on a tribe of crazy people, I think, and she seems the most normal. So for that reason, I think she's going to make the merge.
all right. So Karen says yes to the merge. Robbie.
Yeah. I say yes. Yep.
What about you, Kylie? Do you think she
I'm
makes
going to go
merge?
with no. I don't think she's going to make
Yeah, you
I'm going to have a completely different group of people at the merge than y'all.
I think she makes the merge. I feel like just like Karen said, in a room full of crazies, someone's gonna have to ground them, and it's going to be her. So as a Bruce goes or as a Carson goes, it raises Helen's stock even more about sticking around, and I like it. I like it a lot. I have high hopes for Helen. I don't think she's gonna win, but I think that she's going to be fun to watch, and she's going to be someone that you enjoy for 44, and then come next year you forgot that she was on the cast.
Backhanded compliment right there.
Yeah, kind of like, I mean, I'm not doing this to be funny, but what was the little Asian girl this last season?
Janine.
Yeah, that did her. I can't even remember her name. I can picture her, but I can't even remember her name. All right. So, moving on. Our next person. Miss Sarah Wade. Sarah is 27 from Chicago, and she is a management consultant. And she identifies with Natalie Anderson as a winner because of like how badass and tenacious she was. So, Kevin, what are your thoughts on our girl Sarah here?
I'm gonna actually throw this one to Robbie first. Robbie, what are your thoughts on Sarah?
I think she sounds sketchy even when she's trying to tell the truth. And I think if you can't sit by yourself in front of the camera and tell your own truth to yourself without sounding like you're lying, that's not good. I just gotta be honest with you.
Okay, I like that.
Seems
What about
nice, but
like what did she say specifically that raised red flags for you?
honestly, it's almost hard to say because as she's talking, you don't even know what she's trying to say because she just keeps beating around the bush of trying to make her point. And I don't have any quotes written down. I just remember the impression that I got when I was listening to her that it seemed like she was trying to tell a story, but then kept changing how she was going to get to the punchline. And then was basically like, we'll see how it goes. And the whole time I felt like she's trying to hide information. And I'm like, you're just telling me who you are. Like, how do I feel like sus of you already? And this is you saying, hi, my name is Sarah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. Not good vibes.
Karen, what do you think about her?
I said in my notes, I think she'll be overconfident and snaky. And she just has that type of vibe. And I have to wonder sometimes if you have to have something tragic that has happened to you in order to be on Survivor.
Okay.
Like her best friend died recently. Like, so we gotta watch this episode about her best friend. I don't know.
Well, okay, Survivor is casting more stories. Let's be real. I mean, is that a problem though? If they're casting more stories, because at this point they used to.
No, it's not a problem.
I don't need to watch everyone's tragedies. Life is depressing enough. Like, I don't need to know about it. Like, let's just like focus on the positives maybe.
But that's what they do. They tell you the tragedy and they tell you how they came and how like Jeff loves that shit. That's his fucking bread and butter. He loves the stories of the conquering heroes. That's what Jeff Probst loves. And her best friend died like 2 years ago, but she says here, even in her parade interview, that Callie died unexpectedly 2 years ago. She inspires me to be bold, brave, a badass person in everything that I do. She was all those things and more, and I am inspired to live in a way that will make her proud. That's the shit Jeff likes. And so you're right. We're gonna get a story. She's gonna be like, I think about my best friend Callie. Then we're gonna go. We're gonna switch away, and there's gonna be pictures, still photos of her and Callie, and it's gonna be like you can talk about how she passed 2 years ago, and then it's gonna burn away, and we're gonna come back. She's gonna be crying, and she's gonna be saying, "That's why I'm here today. That's why I'm here, just fighting and doing everything that I can to make it through."
I'm gonna be like, this is gonna come across really, really heartless, but I'm gonna say it. Is your friend dying your personality?
No, we're not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna. I already knew you're.
But going. I mean, I'm being serious. You off. Like,
we're not.
What?
So do you know what answers that, Kylie? Here's what answers that question. Okay, So two-parter, real quick. Kevin, I don't mind people being cast because of the fact that they've overcome hardship and it's kind of like an opportunity for them to basically use those life skills in a way that benefits them in this game. Okay, what I don't like is the outright, capitalization or monetization should be what we use as the word tonight, where they force these montages. Okay, let the people bring up the stories on their own, because they will at some point, and I feel like they're far more heartfelt. I've said that in the past too, but I get why they do it. It's a show, I understand it, and I'll support Survivor in general on that, but it just feels weird. But did she apply before her friend died? Has she been applying for the last decade? And is it just now that her friend died that now she has the courage to play Survivor? Right. Or has she already been applying for the last decade and she just used her friend dying to get on Survivor?
Or to me,
that's the difference. I don't get the impression that's what they're using.
I mean, like, are we in this era of Survivor where they're like, you have to have a story, and so this is Sarah's story, and this is Sarah's personality.
Yeah, but in storytelling, that's the easiest way to build empathy is have an undue hardship. They call it right? Any undue hardship, and that's how you care for people.
In her parade interview, in her parade write-up, she said that her best friend died, and the experience gave her the drive to pursue her dreams and the grit to get through unpleasant experiences and the compassion for other people's unseen challenges. So maybe she like applied after she died for the first time because it was 2 years ago. So maybe she started applying then. I'm not sure. For me, what I'm reading, everything's there because I don't know if you guys know. I did not watch any videos. I'm seeing everybody for the first time. Everyone except for one person. I'm seeing them for the first time right now. And with that being the case, I'm looking at Sarah's demeanor. I'm reading through her bio, and I see someone that's here to be a strategist, but maybe go too hard, too fast. That's what I see. So that's going to be an interesting thing that we figure out. Is it going to be too much? Sheldon called her a villain in the chat.
Heartless,
Sheldon said that she's the closest thing to a villain we have this season, and that may be possible. She may be the closest thing to a villain we have this season. We gonna see. We gonna see. Kylie, does she make the merch?
No.
Okay. Karen?
Nope.
Robbie?
No. If I had to pick first boot, that'd be the vote.
First boot. I like that one. I don't think she makes merch either, but I don't know about first boot. I like that one.
All right. We are all out on Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
All right. Rounding out our
Sarah wins
first
this whole
tribe.
thing.
We've got Mr.
Yes.
Jam.
Yes.
Jam
So,
Jam.
How do you know it's Jam Jam? Is it because of the way he pronounces it, or because you've heard it somewhere else?
Because he posted on Twitter that it is Jam Jam.
Jam Jam.
That
Okay.
it is either pronounced Jam Jam or you may use the yam emoji. But it's pronounced Jam Jam.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I will say in Spanish, I've heard my husband try to pronounce words in English with the Y, and he says a J sound sometimes.
is
Well, that's why I was
Jam Jam.
asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he says Jam Jam, and he's one of the people Jeff calls on the mat in like the first little 3 minutes, and it is Jam Jam.
I love his shirt though.
Yeah,
I love everything
no.
about Jam Jam.
Jam Jam's shorts match the shirt.
No
Oh my God.
way. Okay.
I
That's a
love
little
it
sick.
all. I want to hang out with him like all the time. I want to be his best friend, but I
Jam
think he's going to be a terrible Survivor player.
Jam Jam
no.
is
Ugh.
36 years old. He is from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Is he our first person from Puerto Rico?
No.
Because I believe so.
No.
That is
Probably not.
currently living in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Oh, maybe he lives there
Oh.
now. Probably.
Yeah, no, he lives there, and he is a
Probably.
salon owner.
Possibly.
That's one for the comments. Let us know.
Um,
Yeah.
and
He's not our
Jam
first
Jam-
Puerto Rican though. Definitely
No.
not. He ain't our first Puerto Rican in the 40s.
No. I'm saying that I'm not saying that he's the first. Puerto
Right.
Rican.
That's why. That's what I thought you were asking.
No, I'm saying that he currently lives in Puerto Rico. He is not even the only Puerto Rican on this cast. So, Jam Jam thinks that he closely identifies with Suri as a player, and Jam Jam just has so much personality.
I love this person. Jam Jam is energy. I mean, you get him. He was chosen to be the hammer in this coming season thing at the end of 43, right? They knew what they were doing with that, and I loved it. Reading through his bio here, I love everything about this person. He thinks he's Suri. I don't think he's gonna be Suri, but I like the fact that he's here.
I don't think
You
he's
mean
gonna be
you
Suri,
mean
but
you
I
don't think he's going to be one of the best players in Survivor history?
One of Suri feels the best player never win.
That's
This is
what
my
I'm
fault.
talking about. It's like I hate when people do that. Like, oh yeah, I think I'm probably as good as one of the best ever.
Well, that's why you should definitely be a Carolyn. Like, I want to be
Jesus.
Suri, but I'm probably Nora. So
Yeah.
let's just, I mean, Jam Jam probably wants to be Suri, but, he's Debbie.
We'll see. We'll see, man. I'm excited for him.
I'm excited to watch Jam Jam play. He's another one that, he's got personality.
Karen does not like him.
Karen's just chomping at the bit here.
I don't know. I mean, that's just like the opposite personality for me. Like I'm a
Yeah.
quiet observer, and he's just like, "Ah!" So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's just like not me. However, I don't know. Have we ever, I mean, other than Marianne, have we ever seen anyone who's just like, who is a strategist, who is like that good socially? I'm not, I mean, I want to hang out with him and I love his shirt. So,
Like if he said he wanted to be a Tyson, then I'd be like, all right, like I
just
get
think
it. Like
he's
you want to
a
be
little
overconfident
overconfident here.
but strategic. I just don't get any evil out of him though.
No, I think he's going to be evil. Like, I think he is going to want to do devious things. Like, I think he is going to lie, cheat, steal, whatever he
He
can
likes
do.
to gossip.
But I don't know if he has the social capital. And whenever you're like, especially talking about Cirie, like, you know, this is a woman that could connect with, you know, a dog. Like,
I think Jam Jam's gonna have gained social capital. I don't know that he's gonna know how to use it because I mean, I'm looking at Jam Jam. I am not normally. I'm a very not reserved, but I am methodical. I am strategic in my way I think and way I move. But I'm drawn to him. He is someone that I would want to be friends with and even work with his energy. His energy is infectious. So I think that is going to be fine. Him gaining the social capital. The question is, will he know how to use the social capital to get the things he needs done? I don't know that I'm sharing secrets with him, but I'm working with him. Will he be able to draw me in enough for me to tell him that I have an idol? Will he be able to draw me in enough for me to tell him that Robbie has an idol? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he would be able to use the social capital, but he's going to definitely gain it. He's going to gain it. I'm with him. I'm keeping him safe the best I can.
you know, like, I just worry that you've got Jam Jam and Carolyn out here. And I mean, these two are going to be
two different chaotic energies.
Well, I mean, are they going to be like drawn together like magnets, or are they going to repel? You know, like I don't think that you get, you know, it's going to be one or the other. I don't think that they're able to like circle around each other without interacting. So I think that
yeah, if you needed to look for someone to trust like early on, Carolyn, Sarah, and Carson, I think would be hard to approach. Whereas you got Helen, Bruce, and Jam Jam, I could see them at least being like, listen, like we're different people, but you seem sane. Let's at least do this one vote together and bring one more with us. You know what I mean?
Jam Jam's a personality, and I like personalities.
Does Jam Jam make the merch?
Yes,
I think so. Actually, too. Like,
I'll say yes.
If I'm on the island, I want him around.
Clean sweep. Everybody believes he makes the merge. I do too. I'm excited.
I believe in you, Jam Jam.
Yes, Jam Jam.
And
let's go.
just so you know, when you tweet about Jam Jam, it is hashtag Jam Jam Tram. All right. and I did vote in his Twitter poll for that. Okay. Next up, we have our Ratu tribe. They will be wearing orange, and they are Brandon, Kane, Matthew, Jamie Lynn, Lauren, and Maddie. So here's our next little group of people here. Let's look into them. First up, we have Brandon Cottom, and he is 30 years old from Newton, PA, and he is a former NFL player and currently a security specialist.
Did he also play on the Cowboys? Is this another?
He did not. He played on the Seattle Seahawks, so he wants to draw lots of comparisons to Danny McCray, but he wasn't a Cowboy and he didn't play at LSU. So sorry, Brandon. But like, if we had Jonathan in 42 that was like, and the rest of the cast is, you know, here, this is Brandon. Brandon is literally like 8 inches taller than the entire rest of the cast. I think I've got like the whole cast picture here. Literally.
Oh my God.
He's a giant on the end. He's a giant on the end.
He's this
There's
big
no slouch.
There's
no slouch either.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. So obviously, Brandon is going to be relying a little bit on his physicality. And in his interview, he does talk a lot about Danny and how Danny McCray was able to do it, and they were both in the NFL. And I feel like Danny was just such kind of like Marianne, in that Marianne was this anomaly. I kind of feel like Danny was a little bit too, in that you have this man that is such a physical presence, but he had such a soft demeanor to him. And I don't know if Brandon has that same personality as Danny.
I think Brandon's going to be too smart for his physique to go as far as I'd love to see him go. I think when Danny was quiet and not very aggressive strategically and looked like he could be used as a vote, then his physicality was less threatening. But I think Brandon, I mean, he's a pilot. He plays the piano, uses both sides of his brain clearly. I could see him approaching people with strategic, moves in mind. And when you have somebody who's that physically imposing coming at you with, brain moves
Also,
too.
Brain moves, yeah.
I think the best thing he could do would be to play dumb for the first 3 votes and bring his brain out.
What I read from Brandon, I don't think that he's going to be big on strategy. I mean, we have someone later in the cast that is going to, in terms of their life story, kind of be reminiscent of Ryan from last season, but this is kind of what I get from Brandon. I get Brandon reminds me a lot of Ryan from last season, in that he's wants to be a provider and he wants to. I just don't see the strategy there.
The thing is, I think that I'm with Robbie. I think that he's going to want to be a strategist. He's going to. And the hard part is that if he has literally one good idea, he's already a huge individual, and you had the one good idea. It doesn't even need many, just the one. That's going to be enough for me to go, hey, we gotta look at this dude. That's we gotta be careful, because this dude is someone that might be too much for us. I mean, he's only 6'2". He's not huge, but compared to everyone else,
wow,
he's giant.
Yeah,
he's only 6'2", and he towers over everyone in that picture.
I think Kane. I think Kane. I don't know what his stats are, but Kane is sitting down maybe for a reason too. I wouldn't be surprised if he was 6 foot something, but I could be wrong.
All right, I hate athletes.
What?
Yeah, not a fan.
What a statement, Karen. What a statement.
Don't like them.
We've had some great athletes, man. Jeff Kent.
Have we?
Yes, Jeff Kent was fantastic. Culpepper, fantastic.
Culpepper.
No.
Yeah.
Scott
Culpepper
Pollard.
is fantastic.
Scott Pollard, fantastic. There have been some characters. Uncle Cliffy.
The only athlete in this entire history that I'm like, okay, he's fine, was Danny.
Danny was great. Fine. Danny was great. John Rocker was fun. Come on.
No.
Fun. Okay.
Fun
to watch, maybe.
I don't like athletes. Like, I don't identify with them. Like, I don't like. We're just in different worlds, and I don't know. I feel like our worlds will never collide.
I think Brandon's going to be like Alan Ball. Like,
I forgot about Alan Ball. If you noticed,
Exactly.
That's how memorable Alan Ball was. I just named a bunch of athletes and did not mention Alan
like
Ball.
Brandon seems very, very nice. He seems like a very nice person, but I don't think this is our winner, y'all.
I'm not very familiar with football, but I don't think you build the same type of muscle as you do when you spend your life swimming in the ocean and surfing like a Jonathan does. I'm really curious to see, if the body type and the physicality that you build playing football translates well to the challenges where you're endurance running, swimming, climbing, holding on, and it's not short bursts of strength. I get that, but I'm really curious to see how that plays out too, because we've seen big guys come on the show before and they gas halfway through. You know what I mean?
But okay, so he was a fullback. A fullback is like mainly a blocker, and they are standing like next to the running back, usually protecting or leading the way for the running back to run through the holes, which is why he's not a very huge man. So with that being the case, I think that the muscle that he has and the skill set that he has physically, I think is going to be fine. He may not be a great swimmer, but in terms of like doing the challenges on the sand, I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah. All right.
I think he's going to make merge because you can't get rid of that.
Correct.
Accurate.
He makes
Right.
merge.
Like, come on, man. It's not
Accurate.
going to happen. He's making merge.
Yeah, I
Unless
agree.
he's
He's
just
making
an
merge.
atrocious person, which I don't think he is.
No, I don't think he is. I think he makes merge. He's an early merge boot.
Yes.
I think they get rid of him right before the merge.
Robbie.
I don't even know what merge is going to look like this season, so it's kind of hard for me to make these guesses. But yeah, I'm going to say, I'm going to say he makes merge. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Miss Jamie Lynn Ruiz. And one of my best friends' name is Jamie Lynn. So I'm like, oh, look how cute Jamie Lynn is. She is 35 years old from Mesa, Arizona, and she is a yogi. And she wants to make lifelong friends out here.
Oh, man, that's a problem.
And she identifies with Marianne and Shan. And she's going to harness a Sandra energy. I kind of love Jamie Lynn, and then I'm kind of really worried about Jamie Lynn all at the same time.
All right. She said in her press that she thinks Angelina is brilliant. And anyone who thinks Angelina is brilliant, in my opinion, is not going to be a good Survivor player. And that's me being nice right now.
I think Angelina Keeley is underrated. I feel like she's underrated. I think she's underrated. And if you recognize the brilliance of Angelina, I think that you have a chance to be around for a minute.
How did that question come up in an interview, though? Like how do you get to that in an interview?
Well, I think
you ask, who do you relate
identify?
to?
Yeah.
And then she's like, Angelina Keeley. And they're like, explain.
So is she saying she's brilliant? Is Jamie Lynn trying to say I'm brilliant because I'm like a brilliant player that nobody else thinks is brilliant? So is she really saying that I think I'm brilliant, but nobody thinks I'm brilliant, and I think that's not okay? Like, it's a confusing way to get to that conversation. Like, I feel like I'm as brilliant as a person nobody else thinks is brilliant.
Well, I will say that she is not the only person that incites Queen Angelina's name.
Oh, I have that in my notes. We'll get there.
I'm telling you, Angelina is so underrated. And
I love Angelina. She's kind of like a little bit of a Nora. I mean, if you recognize that, hey, I am a little bit eccentric, a little bit of an oddball, and you embrace it, that's what you got to do. If you have illusions of grandeur, then it is your problem.
When it comes to Jamie Lynn, though, I don't personally. I was more going to cringe when you said that she wanted to make lifelong friends out here, but
that was number 3 on the list after winning $1 million.
I think that her being out here as a yogi, she could probably center herself a little bit. She could lead them in some yoga in the morning, get them all stretched out, limbered up, something to do. And then if she likes Angelina a lot, she may think about this game a little bit differently than others. And I mean, differently in a good way, not like a kumbaya, we should all be friends.
So one of the things that she said that I really, really, really liked, like one of the things I liked the most out of anything anybody said, is she wants to focus on having unique one-on-one relationships with each person. And I think that that is such a strong thing, because that's kind of a little bit what Gabler did, in that, you know, whenever he got to the final tribal council, you know, he had these relationships with people like, oh, hey, Ryan, we went out fishing, and yeah, ride or dies, Cody and Jesse. And I think if you're able to do that and you're able to say, yeah, you know, Robbie, whenever we were hanging out on the beach and we were able to talk about our kids, like, I think if she has that capability, then she could do well.
She says relationship building is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is a very big part of Survivor, and it's a very overlooked part of Survivor because as a viewer, you don't necessarily see those one-on-one relationships, and it is very important. But is it everything? I don't know.
I think a lot of it. Yeah, I do. Like they want to feel good about you at the end. And if they don't, then you're not going to win.
I think until we've seen the last 3 seasons that we just watched, that goes unnoticed. But I think these people have all watched the recent seasons, the post 40 seasons, and people who just sit in the shadows and make relationships, I feel like are going to be the new Aussie threats when you see them come on. Like I think people are going to start looking for the underdog winners and targeting them now because that's the clear threat. And I think it's going to be really interesting this season because how many people did you hear or see responded with, I'm going to, be nice to people and then really pick it up towards the end and do the whole, like, I'm just going to hide and sit back. And everybody's going to recognize if you're trying to make the relationships and go to the water well and talk about family and all this stuff. And it's like, you don't know me. Why are you like you're doing like, I feel like I'd be looking for those people now. You know what I mean? I'd be looking for the Ericas, the Gablers. I'd be looking for those people. And they would scare me.
Yeah.
Kylie, does she make the merch?
Yes.
Robbie?
I don't think it's even close. No.
Wow.
Karen?
I'm really unsure because I think that she's overconfident and socially unaware. So I'm going to say no, actually.
They're pretty strong words to be.
I think she makes merch. I like her a lot. I think that her calmness, if you will, is going to be something that's going to be welcomed.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to Mr. Kane Fritzler. And our boy Kane here, like, whenever I was looking at this earlier today, I was like, who does he remind me of? And it's obviously Seth Rogen. So Kane is our Canadian representation, and he's from Saskatoon. Did I say that right?
Yeah, he's from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, I believe.
But now he's from Saskatoon.
You might see Saskatoon, but in the
California? What is that?
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Is that how you abbreviate Canada?
That says California.
That's a Saskatoon, California. But
anyways,
that's probably what the websites say anyway.
No, that's what I typed.
Anyways, you'll see a lot. Well, yes, you guys won't, but I see a lot of Moose Jaw's own Kane Fritzler. Which, first of all, if your name is Kane, you have to go in there with a nickname. I'm sorry. Like I think this guy's hilarious, but you can't go in there saying your name is Kane. It just sounds so aggressive.
Moose Jaw, like
he's got to go in there as like Fitz. My friends call me Fitz.
Yeah, our boy Kane Fritz here identifies with Tyson and Zeke, and I just almost could not love anything more. Anybody that, and he says that he's a more handsome Tyson. And so just whenever I read his short bio, I was not necessarily that high on Kane. And then when I read his extended one, I was like, okay, he may be the greatest thing that they have found.
You see how tall he is?
Huh?
Do you have any of those stats there, Kevin? I know you had that up there a minute ago.
I was able to have Brandon's because he was in the NFL. Let me see if I can find Kane.
All right. Never mind. Maybe that might not be floating out there, but I think he's going to be deceptively tall.
Yeah, he looks a little bit bigger. I think he's really, really interesting, like really eclectic. I think he wants to make good TV. He wants to kind of be flashy. He wants to make big moves. He wants to be entertaining. And yep, I'm here for it, y'all. Like if he can just be a little bit, I mean, he doesn't even have to be all the way Tyson, but if he can bring something, like, is he going to be Tyson or is he going to be, what was Ghost Island, Jacob Derwin? Because I kind of, like you look at him and you can see Jacob Derwin. And so, if he can fall like somewhere in the middle, I think that could be great.
Reading through his bio, I don't really have much to say about him. the bio is not giving me a lot. He's a Canadian litigator. Canadians have been doing well on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know?
he's the one Canadian they chose. The
Ooh,
whole country of Canada,
that is
which houses Robbie and
Yeah,
Sheldon.
can't even believe it.
They
can't even
chose
believe it.
Kane Fritz.
I'll give him a pass, though. I'll give him a pass.
he's a huge man. I think he's gonna make the merge because he's going to be unassuming, but just a large figure. But I don't know. I don't know what he does. He doesn't do anything to stand out other than his height to me, and his size, physicality.
I may love him.
He did say something funny though too. He said the vibe goes wherever he goes, or the vibe comes with me. Like he's just like a happy guy, and wherever he goes, it seems to be a fun place to be. That could be awesome, or it could be too much. I'm curious what he thinks that means, and if his vibe is what his tribe is looking for.
Is he the vibe of the tribe? All right.
I have a good feeling about him. I don't know. Even though I feel like he could also like turn into a Daniel maybe, but he seems like he has a little more confidence in himself. So.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Does he make the merge, Kylie?
Yes.
Karen?
I think so.
Robbie?
I would say yes.
I got him making the merge as well. I think he's the merge booth, though. I think he's there shortly. He's gone shortly thereafter. But
all right, moving on. Miss Lauren Harp. And my girl Lauren is 31 years old from Mont Bellevue, Texas, which is only like 3 hours away from me. So, hey, Lauren. And she is an elementary teacher. And she is just cute as she can be.
yes, he is.
Wants to be a quiet strategist. And she kind of considers herself a new era super fan, and that she has come into Survivor a little bit later and then has gone back, and she thinks that she can use this to her advantage. She's like, if people have the mentality of like, this is Survivor and this is what you expect, and they're drawing on the first 40 seasons, that maybe her mentality of, hey, no, this is how Survivor is now, that's going to play to her advantage. And I kind of like that train of thought.
I like the fact that she said she's a new era fan, which means I've watched since Winners at War. And
she probably found it during COVID.
Yes. I love her hair. I love her style. I love her smile. I love everything about this woman. I'm a big fan.
I echo those sentiments.
She seems fun. She likes listening to podcasts. I hope she listens to this one. Woo. Yes. Check this out. Her inspiration is her parents. She is a single mom.
Recently divorced.
Yeah. And
she's out here doing it for her kids.
Doing it for the kids. Elementary school teacher. I like school teachers too. School teachers are usually good people. So I like this.
I think this could be her winner if she can shut up about being a single mom, but I don't think she can.
Dang, Karen. Like that is
Imagine if I said that.
Karen,
you would just shut up about being a single mom.
They're not going to let a single mom go to the end. Like, of course you're going to give her the money. I'm going to give her my money. Like, no way.
Karen said, if you have any kind of struggles, I don't want to hear them. That's
tough shit. Life is tough.
That's how Survivor is.
Everyone.
That's how Survivor is.
But I mean, everybody has a story, and I don't feel like Lauren's story is the one that sticks out to me of being like, okay, this person can't make it to the end. Like there's other ones that are like, oh my god, I can't let this person get there.
If Lauren can somehow pull this off, I think it would be exactly what Survivor needed. And I think it's exactly what, basically the world was screaming when basically everybody just demanded that there's more representation in these casting. And I don't think it's a coincidence that we're seeing, people come to the new era, quote unquote, the post 40 seasons. You know what I mean? Season 41, 42, 43 are going to be drawing in a more diverse group of demographics watching and loving this show. And I love that the term new era super fan is there. It's not just that she says she enjoys the show and that, I guess it's okay. It's I absolutely love what this show has become, and I'm here to win it. And I think that's what Survivor needs. I'd love to see Lauren go really far.
And like kind of hitting on her being a single mom, like, last season we saw Jessie where Jessie was like, ultimately, like, I'm loyal to my family and that's who I'm here to do this for. I think we could kind of get a little bit of that from Lauren, and that, like, she's obviously seems like such a nice, genuine person, but then ultimately she's there to win the money for her family. And I think that is such a strong motivator that you just can't discount that. So
I don't think she's going to be like here for my family like Jessie was.
Okay.
I think Jessie was like here for my family at all costs. I think Lauren's like here for my family, but like these people are kind of cool, so I'm not gonna like just like slash them in the face. Like Jessie was like the only MFers that matter are the ones at home. I don't care about none of y'all.
I don't know, man. It depends what her class is like. Because if her class is amazing and she just loves human beings and is empathetic, that's great. But if her class just is soul-suckingly horrible to deal with, and she comes home at the end of the day with no faith in humanity, then maybe she'll go out there looking to take some souls. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes.
Yeah, it really depends on what grade of elementary she's teaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're dealing with the 5th graders, like that's what I taught. No, I'm kidding.
So for Carolyn, it's all about the weather if it rains, and for Lauren, it's what type of class she has. So we'll see.
I think a lot of people on the cast like have a tragedy or whatever, like I guess most people do in life, but I don't know. I think if she shares, I don't think people are gonna be up for that. Like Jeremy knew not to say that his wife was pregnant because people would have freaked out about it, and I believe they would have. I think he was right to keep that to himself. You save that for final tribal council. You don't tell people about your struggles being a single mom when you're pre-merge, because that will always be in the back of their head as like whether it's valid or not. Like maybe she sucks as a strategist and would never win, but they'll always have that in the back of their head. Like we cannot let her get to the end because she'll win because she needs it more than us. Because I think we have some people on this cast who are a little more well off than others. Like former NFL player doesn't need the money as much as a single mom.
I mean, our guy Brandon, I don't think he was ranking in the dough.
He didn't play a lot, and he was a fullback. That's
okay, maybe all right, maybe
a high profile
whatever, fine. But
zero sympathy.
All right. Does Lauren make the merge?
Yeah,
I say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm telling you, if she could
yes.
just like keep it in a little, I think she could be our winner.
I think she's too bright to hide, but I think she could probably make it work for her.
All right.
I think she's probably just lovable.
I was gonna say she's so sweet. Like I want to hang out with her.
Does she make the merge?
Yes.
Kylie?
Absolutely. All right. Next up. This is another one that intrigues me. Maddie Pamela. Pamela. Karen, can you say it?
Pomia.
Okay, thanks. Okay, she is 28 years old from Brooklyn, New York, and she was a charity projects manager, but plot twist, she had to quit her job to come out here. So she is fun employed, and she identifies with Parv and Cirie, and she is all about the girl power. She is like high on the Black Widow Brigade. She wants to work with women, and where y'all said that Sarah could be our villain or the closest thing that we had to it, I think that given the opportunity, our girl Maddie wants to be a villain, and I love that because I like villains.
I think Maddie's first boot on her tribe.
Yeah, but I'm super, super worried for our girl Maddie here. But she grew up in a family of like all women, said that her like entryway was painted pink. She is serious girl power.
If her tribe goes to tribal early, she's going home first. I like her. I think it's hilarious. She says that who does she identify with? She said strategically Cirie. And what did Robbie say? What are you if you're out here comparing yourself to Cirie?
Yeah, no,
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a
But
problem.
she said Cirie and Omar is where she thinks she's at strategically. Swag wise, Malcolm Freeberg.
What does that even mean?
She got that swag. She said that her favorite hobbies are surfing, skateboarding, making movies with her sister, dancing all night long, pretending to be Madonna at karaoke, and laying in the grass.
Wow.
Unfortunately, none of those things are on the island. So
And she wants to be the Madonna of Survivor.
Yes, I saw that somewhere. Wants to be the Madonna of Survivor. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know, man. Like when I remember back to Parv and Cirie and learning who they are for the first time, I don't feel like they were as overtly devilish in like to the rest of the cast. I felt like I learned it in the confessionals and in their votes and in their moves, but I feel like you could spend 10 minutes with Maddie and be like, you're really, like I said, devilish, aggressive. Like you're
well,
like,
she's a middle child. She has 5 sisters.
I don't get the sweet vibes. I don't get the I'm going to hide and pretend to be the sweet girl while I'm cutting your throat.
Robbie, the reason you don't get that is because she has 4 other sisters.
Yeah.
And she says she's the middle child.
Yeah,
So
which is why it's
she
going to be hard to play that. Like it's easy to watch as a fan and be like, yeah, they made a bunch of cutthroat moves. That's great. Yeah, but their castaways didn't see them doing it.
Bob said she'll play like a virgin.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Bob.
She's playing for the very first time.
I think she could be a fun character if she's able to. If they don't go to tribal council, because I'm completely with Kevin. Like, if they go to tribal council, she's getting yeeted right away because she's not going to be able to hide that that's who she is and who she wants to be. And I think she's interesting, but oh God, I'm so worried for her.
I think that's why women usually are some of the first boots. I think the problem is that there's not a lot of quote unquote girl power in Survivor. So since there's not, if there's any hint of like a girls' alliance, it's not that a girls' alliance doesn't work. It's the fact that other girls don't want to be in a girls' alliance. And so when someone's saying, ladies, let's do this, they're like, but I don't really want to get rid of the guys we're working with. So then you end up going home. And that's why I think that Miss Maddie is in trouble personally.
If she can crush it in challenges, somehow she doesn't seem that big. So if it's very physical, but maybe it's agility, whatnot, then I feel like a lot of guys get away with being super aggressive in the beginning because the tribe's like, well, we need them to win a couple of challenges just based on physicality. Whereas women don't always get that advantage. Do you know what I mean? Just based on casting, a lot of them aren't as physically, I don't know, dominant in challenges as a lot of the men are on average. So if Maddie can somehow be a challenge beast, then maybe she can people will kind of forgive her for the devilish nature at the beginning. But it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky.
I appreciate like what she wants to do, but that is just not where we're at in Survivor. Like there's certain ways that women can't act and that women can't play, and whether or not people want to acknowledge that or talk about that, whatever, it's a different topic, but it's not going to work out for her.
All right. So
does she make the merge, Robbie?
Oof. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Kylie.
No.
Karen.
No.
I don't think so either. I think that Robbie's on his own on that one. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's just based on the tribe. I think it's just based on the tribe.
If she does, I'm for it. Like, great. But I think she's trying to climb a hill that's unclimbable at this point in life.
All right. Moving on. Our next member is Matthew Greenstead Male. Maley. I don't know how to say your last name, so sorry, Matthew. Matthew is 43 years old from Columbus, Ohio, and he is a barbershop owner. And his two people, his winner and non-winner that he closely identified with was Ben as a winner and Elaine. And I'm like, these are an odd match here.
These are off the wall picks. These are out of the box picks.
And Matthew just doesn't he talks about like how he just really respects Ben. Like the kind of the personal things that he had to overcome, like his PTSD, and that we saw that from him. And so, like, I can understand liking Ben as a winner, but I don't see where Matthew necessarily identifies with Ben.
He also
So
said Shan.
is Matthew confused as to who he is in Survivor?
No. I think he's you know, like when you go to the record store, like behind Robbie, there's like a million CDs. Are those CDs behind you, Robbie?
These are all Blu-rays, 4K movies, things like that.
So when you're
they're all the
through
same
those...
though. Every one of them is Click in a different case.
So when you look through those DVDs, sometimes you're going to go for like the big blockbuster movie, right? But sometimes you want to dig through and you want to find that deep cut, that Click, right? If you're looking at all the Adam Sandler films behind Robbie, you may go for Big Daddy. You know what I'm saying? You might go and pull Happy Gilmore, but I want the guy that's going to pull Click. I want the guy that's going to pull that one with Jennifer Aniston. You know what I'm saying? And that's who he
I'm
is.
impressed. For the record, I'm impressed with this rant already. So keep going.
That's who he is. He said, listen, I'm a big Sandler fan, but I am deep in the game, and I know the deep cuts. So he's saying Elaine. He's saying Ben. He's going.
I'm going to say that I'm disappointed that we're on Adam Sandler because he said that people can compare him to Paul Rudd. So could you rework this whole analogy?
Nah, we're not, because I don't.
Too late.
First off, I don't have that many Paul Rudd.
Maybe he's not even Paul Rudd in the movie. Maybe he is Paul Rudd and Friends.
I don't even have that many Paul Rudd movies in my mind.
He wants to be Ant-Man, but he's going to be our idiot brother instead.
Yeah, there you go. and I think Matt here. I think he's a long time
Matthew.
fan.
We have to clarify that because there is
because there's another one.
All right. I mean, Matthew.
We have 90,000 people that have applied for Survivor, and we have to cast people with the same name. That annoys me.
It happens. This is Kylie. There's sometimes.
Listen, hold on.
There's two people that stick out to us.
Hold on a second. If I ever were to apply and get cast on Survivor, and they're like, "What is your pet peeve?" I'm going to say when reality TV shows cast people with the same name, when you have a huge pool of applicants.
And then they're going to go, "Sheesh, there's another Kylie out here."
Yeah.
Yeah. You're purposely casty with another Kylie.
So we have a Matthew, and a Maddie.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Matthew says that he has a huge heart and compassion for all those around him. He's here for his family as well. I think of the guys on this tribe, he stands out the least, if you will. So that may be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not quite sure.
I think Brandon stands out the least.
Brandon's a former NFL player.
Oh my God.
I think Matthew is interesting.
Brandon's a former NFL player.
He's boring.
He's a professional.
Boring.
He's a former professional athlete.
And
Matthew owns a barbershop.
And no kidding. Yeah.
Matthew's fun. He is someone that would be fun to hang out with at a Survivor party or whatever. But he's not a strategist. He's too nice.
Robbie, what do you think about our boy Matthew?
I don't have anything new to say other than his pictures were misleading because I thought he was going to be this hulking human being until I saw him standing on the mat with the rest of his teammates, and his stature was less than impressive. So
they kind of all are.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked a little bit here, not to judge a book by its cover, but it's literally what we're doing right now. Well, it's not literally because they're not booked, but judging people based on their first appearances. And no, I think Matthew's going to be fun. I think he's going to be energetic, and I think he's going to be short-lived on that tribe. The problem is I think that tribe is a strong tribe, so he might squeak through a little bit further than he would on another tribe.
All right.
Kylie, does he make the merge?
Yes.
Karen, does he make the merge?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
You guys both have yes. I have no. I think he's the first guy gone from that tribe.
All right. So let me pop this Ratu tribe back up here again. I think this is kind of a strong group.
I think it's a strong tribe, though.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see them being a tribe that we see at Tribal Council a lot. So,
yeah, I agree with that.
let's see what happens with them. All right. Our last tribe is the Soka tribe wearing green. And this is Claire, Franny, Heidi, Danny, Josh, and Matt, not Matthew. All right. Let's jump into them. First up, we have Claire Raffson. Claire is 25 years old from Brooklyn, New York, and she is a tech investor. And I think she's a venture capitalist too, or something. And so, go and do the damn thing.
She's rich.
I am here for Claire. Claire, I am really excited about Claire. Claire is personal friends with Tiffany Mitchell. She is good friends now with Hannah Chada and all of those Big Brother peoples. Because she was already friends with Tiffany before this, apparently. I also like that she's queer, she's Black, and she's Jewish. She has all these things going for her. She fits so many boxes.
CBS was like, oh.
Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what happened in casting. They found out who she was, and then Tiffany called, and they were like, how do we get her out? Where do we put her? Do we put her on Big Brother? Do we put her on Survivor? We just need to figure out how to get her on our TV, on our screens here. And she's a diehard fan of Survivor.
Yeah, so she said that she used to watch through the keyhole of her parents' room because it came on too late. And the thing she remembers is Redacted falling into the fire. And that is her first memory of Survivor. And so
she said Redacted, right?
A true fan.
Did she say his name?
No, she does not say his
That's
name.
what I thought. That's what I thought.
We're not going to say it either. And she identifies with Natalie and Courtney Yates. Come on now.
Listen, I love Claire. Even if Claire doesn't win this game, I'm a big fan.
So I initially reading the short bios, I was like, Claire is my winner. This is it. But then when I heard her interview, I do have some reservations about her. And her confidence may be off-putting to some people. And that is where I'm a little bit worried for Claire and how she's going to come across.
That's my concern about her is her social awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like she comes from a privileged place and.
Wait a minute. So you don't like nobody with a good story, and you don't like people that don't have a story neither, Karen? What's going on here?
Oh, Kevin's speaking
screw
truth
all
right
these
now.
people with their lives.
I just like people to show me who they are, you know? I don't like to look at a list of attributes and then make a judgment. I need to talk to you and see
you're on the wrong podcast.
What kind of person you are.
We have to assess them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just a little unsure about her because she's so confident in that. I am not that confident, so I don't know. People who are that confident and younger, it makes me a little
she's a tech investor at 25.
I know that makes me roll my eyes oh my god.
Yeah, but we don't know. Is that her money or does she work for a firm that invests other people's money?
That's what
Even if she does, she does, though, the fact that she can go in there, make this assessment, and then do what she has to do, this is
25.
Yeah.
So can we all say there's a difference between her saying I'm a tech investor versus her saying I'm a business student? I go to college and I'm learning investing. Okay, so Carson can just calm down a little bit. Okay, she's at least has her education and is using it. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I am extremely intrigued by her too, but I kind of have where I worry about our girl Maddie over there on the other tribe. I'm a little worried about Claire too. Not, yeah, that's her name. I think she has huge upside, but then I just am also a little worried. I'm worried.
I'm just worried about social unawareness is the biggest thing, because if she is socially aware, then I think that we could have a potential winner here.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's amazing.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
I think she has huge potential in this game. Karen's not wrong. I mean, if she comes in the way that she copes by being an oddball, or the one that stands out is by being overconfident and she doesn't give a shit about how people feel, if that's how you cope, that doesn't jive on a season like this. That's not going to mesh well with people. But if you can find your the cracks and work your way in, and that's how you kind of adapt to being the oddball out in some situations, which is what she's alluding to based on her life story, then massive potential. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think she makes the merge. I like her a lot. I'm a big fan. Claire's my favorite.
I'm just really worried after thinking Tori was great preseason.
Don't let Tori hurt you. Okay.
So I don't know. I'm so worried that if I think she's great, she's going to turn out like Tori. Like,
I think there's three
season. I think Tori's great. Like, she does some good things on social media and stuff, but on Survivor, she was awful.
Awful.
I think there's 3 people on her tribe that would go before her, and so I think she makes merge.
Yeah, I think so too. Unless she's like exceptionally terrible, but I don't think she will be.
Even
you gotta
that,
make the merge.
She'll still make it.
Yeah, I think she makes merge.
You said like begrudgingly, like you.
No, not begrudgingly. I'm worried for her.
I mean, I want her to be good, but I just think she's going to be overconfident.
Can't backtrack now, Karen. You hate her. We all know it.
Hey, I love to be proved wrong.
All right.
All right.
Moving on. We have Danny Massa. And is this the third person we've talked about from this tribe? They're all from New York. Bronx, New York, Brooklyn, New York. Okay, it's the second one. Big New York representation in the season. Bronx, New York. He is a New York City firefighter, and he's kind of a little cutie, but he's a little, and by little I mean a little bitty tiny cutie. But I think that he realizes he worried that he is going to come off bro-ish, and he references American Pie and like frat boy. And I mean, I think that what you see is what you get from old Danny here.
You said, my friend be a bro. And you're like, oh, okay, so you are a bro. Oh, yeah, kind of bro.
Danny's a bro, but he said that he lived with his sister and her kids, and that his niece, who is now in college, applied for him. So that's kind of sweet.
I don't think he's a big fan. I think he's a firefighter, though, New York City firefighter. I think that's enough to get him on the show. I
don't have anything else to say about him.
Yeah, I think he'll make it mid-merge.
The amount of people that are Jeremy Collins fans, though, I'm here for it.
Yeah, lots of Jeremy, lots of Natalie.
Yeah, fans. But Jeremy's wicked smart.
Yeah,
this guy says, okay, I'm self-aware enough. I know I come off as a bro. All right, so I'm thinking, all right, he's gonna do something about it, and what to kind of play that down. And he says, so I got to play that down. And the way I'm going to play that down is by being charismatic and energetic and fun. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're basically saying the way I'm going to not be a bro is by being as bro as I can be. Right.
And he talks about like, hey, I don't feel like you can be prepared for Survivor. And the fact that I realize that you can't be prepared for Survivor makes me prepared for Survivor.
No, it's like, I wanted him to be like, listen, I know I'm a bro, so I'm going to counter that. I'm going to come in. I'm going to be shy. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be emotional. I'm going to cry about something the first day. I'm going to just counter it. And he's like, no, I'm going to go all in, and then they won't know that I'm all in with exactly who I am. And that's going to, I'm like, good luck, buddy.
And I mean, he's wearing a New York City firefighter shirt on the mat. I mean, he can't hide who he is.
I look at him and I think immediately Eddie Fox. I see Eddie Fox. I feel Eddie Fox. I just looked Eddie Fox up. He was also a New Jersey firefighter. So who realized that they are the same guy? This is Eddie Fox, dog bar reincarnated. And I'm here for it, I guess. I'm here for it. He's going to be a lovable. Ladies are going to love him. It's going to be interesting.
I don't think it's going to be interesting. I don't think we get a lot of confessionals from Danny. Like, there's not a lot about him that's just like, oh man, captivating television.
I think we get a lot of him first and second episode if he makes it that far, because he's going to be the fresh eyes watching Survivor, like living Survivor, like because he's not going to understand what's happening so much. I think he's going to have some hilarious takes on just what the hell's going on. He's going to be funny to watch, almost as from a sarcastic perspective. But I don't think he makes merge. I don't think he comes close to making merge.
Yeah, I'm a no for him.
I think he makes the merge. I think he is just going to be honest with me. He's going to be hanging out. I got to make him the merge.
I think he's an early merge favorite though.
I mean, I think if he makes it to merge, it's because of his physicality. But there's no upside to him for me. Like, he's there. He's a number. He's one of 18. Okay. Next up, Frannie Marin. And I mean, do we get like a Frannie Danny alliance? Frannie is 23 years old. She is from Cambridge, Massachusetts, and she is a research coordinator. And she is wants people to know that she is not as unathletic as she might appear. And she does CrossFit. No. She hold on, trying to think. I didn't write it down. She doesn't do CrossFit. She runs marathons. And so she was like, I want you to know that even if I'm not great at other things, I can run for a long time. She identifies with Sophie and Gabby. I kind of like that. I think Sophie is really, 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 really underrated winner. And she wants to be the calm in the storm. I would have loved to have seen Frannie on the first tribe to be that calm in the storm, because she doesn't have as much of the chaotic energy here as even the other two tribes. So, Frannie. And Frannie likes to collect things off of the street like leaves and sticks.
I think she's first boot.
Ooh. Ugh.
I don't know if she's first boot, but I think she's going to flame out in like a blaze. Like, she's not just gonna go quietly.
I strongly disagree. I think Frannie could be the winner.
If I saw a Frannie on my tribe, she would be the first person that I wanted to just bring as close to me as possible, because I feel like she looks like somebody who would be very useful. And I don't mean this in an offensive way, but it's going to sound offensive. I feel like she's anxious and she's going to get swept up by it. And if you can show her a home and a future, I feel like that's a vote that you could have close to you. Not as frantic, but just anxious. And if you could show like, listen, you're safe. You and I can do this. I feel like, I don't know. I get the impression that she would eat that up and you would have a vote with you until you didn't need that vote.
So she
I don't
talks a lot about like watching with her mom and that they were both fans of Michaela Bradshaw, but she wants to be very careful to not show that she is that strategic, and she doesn't want to make the Michaela mistake of drawing her moves literally in the sand and letting people see how far in advance she's thinking about the game. So I think that Franny has a really good self-awareness, and yeah, I like Franny a lot.
I think Franny's really smart.
Kevin?
I just think that she's too smart for her own good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's going to get a little overexcited.
Which is why I'm thinking first boot.
I think she might
Wow.
make merge, but I think she's going to go out kind of like Ellie, I think. Like start off strong, but make a mistake, get overconfident.
So you think she makes the merge?
Yes, but I really hate the 3-tribe format, because a whole tribe could just never lose. It makes the merge, but yeah.
Robbie?
I think she's second boot from her tribe, so that's pretty close. God dang, I would love to work with Franny, but I don't think she makes merge in this season.
Kylie, you think she's a winner?
Yeah, I think she could be the winner. Yeah. Yes. She makes merge.
I do not. I think she's the first boot in this game. Who we got next?
All right. Up next, we've got Heidi Lagares Greenblatt. And Heidi is our other Puerto Rican, and she currently lives in Pittsburgh, PA. She is an engineering manager, and she spent half her life in Puerto Rico, and she identifies with Sandra and Angelina.
That's why I'm sitting here shaking my head. Angelina, she thinks that her negotiations were good.
And
They
that
were.
really transformed the game.
They did.
So we've not seen a
Totally
Heidi.
unaware is what I hear from that.
We've not seen a Heidi since the Amazon. So is this Heidi what we need in the new era?
Yeah, she is. I like that Heidi is athletic. She does CrossFit, so she can do
she's
some
gorgeous.
athletic stuff. I like the fact that she, like I said earlier, about people that think Angelina did well. I like that she also recognizes how well Angelina played. I respect the hell out of that. I like Heidi a lot reading through this bio.
Who do you see Heidi connecting with on this tribe?
Claire.
Yeah.
Matt. I see her and Matt connecting.
I haven't got to Matt yet, so I don't
yeah.
know other than Matt.
Yeah, I believe Heidi has an engineering background.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I mean, we'll get to Matt eventually, but I feel like their minds might work similarly. And I feel like they would recognize that they'd be more efficient in the short term, at least, to work together than they would against each other. So I could see that. That'd be an odd couple. I don't think anybody would expect it either.
Karen, who do you think she connects with other than this cat?
Claudia.
I don't know who else is on the tribe. I didn't look that up ahead of time. Oh,
What are your thoughts on Heidi? I mean,
I mean, I don't I'm sorry, but I don't
She doesn't respect anyone that likes Angelina.
Yeah, like no. That just screams that you're completely socially unaware if you think like the most socially unaware person in the world is like amazing.
I think you have Angelina all wrong, Karen.
Maybe.
I think you have Angelina all wrong.
I don't see a lot of upside here for Heidi. Just even just how I know that you don't get to completely choose your outfit, but like she's got on like this full length, like bright yellow dress. I just like if I'm seeing Heidi out there with me, she's not someone that I'm drawn to.
She's the Green Tribe, isn't she?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a purple and an orange. So
Yeah, I just the yellow dress throws me off because I always feel like there's usually some sort of color scheme, but maybe not for this. It's just a little photo, I guess. But
yeah,
that's not on the island.
I don't know. Just y'all think my girl Franny is the first boot. I think it's Heidi.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know. She just, I feel like she's very socially unaware.
She's gonna do it.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but
Do you think so? Do you think she makes the merge, Karen?
no.
Robbie?
God damn. I'm right on the fence with this one too.
I can't wait to see if I'm right about the Angelina fans.
I'm gonna say yes.
I also think she makes the merge.
Yeah.
I think she makes the merge. I think that she's going to be physical enough in the challenges. I think that she's going to connect with some of these other nerds out here, and it's going to get her through this first part of the tri-phase.
All right. Moving on. We have Josh Wilder. And Josh is 34 years old. He is from Atlanta, Georgia. He is a surgical podiatrist. And he is the person that you cannot let get to the end, because if you do, with his story, he is going to demolish you. And I don't think he's going to be able to hide his story, because I think you're literally going to see it on his body. He had a kidney transplant as like a 9-year-old, and he lives for the donor that he tries to kind of live for both of them. And he was on immunosuppressant medicines for so long that he got stomach cancer, and his first year of his medical school had a complete stomach removal, so he had to like relearn how to eat. And I'm not medical enough to even understand that or how he's on Survivor, but like, he's a certified badass. And if you let him get to the end, he's going to take home all of the money. He identifies with Jeremy and Davey. And I mean, those are
another big Jeremy fan. Shout out to Jeremy Collins, man.
Oh, they're probably half.
If I ever played a game like Survivor or Big Brother, I want to play well enough that future people want to play like me. That's like the ultimate compliment.
Well, just do really horrible negotiations.
Angelina was an icon, but not necessarily for gameplay. All right. What do y'all think about Josh?
I respect his tenacity.
Say it, Kevin.
That's it. That's all I got to say. I respect his tenacity. He seems to have like a never quit attitude.
Yeah.
As I read through his bio,
like, I'm literally, if he's at the end, I'm giving him $1 million just for being him
on GP, right? Just because he like someone else could have like got everyone out, but then I'll be like, this man had a small stomach.
Yeah, like he has basically no stomach, or no, I don't know.
Prune belly. The prune belly syndrome. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like he has a tiny prune belly. I don't really know what it is.
This is the kind of casting to me that like you just can't compete with that.
For anyone listening, Karen's cat is decided to groom themselves right in front of her camera. So that is all that we see, really. It's Karen peeking around the cat, who's grooming themselves in front of the camera now. That is.
But I don't know. I just feel unworthy when
being in his presence.
Yeah, like what can I even say about my life that can even compare to a quarter of that? Like,
but that's the problem. That's the problem with viewing it versus playing it. Whereas we view it and we see the story, we see the background, we see the montage, we see the boo-hoo. But if you were on the island, what would you see? You would see some athlete who looks jacked, he's a surgeon. He's going to be a genius out there. He's basically going to be a doctor athlete, and like regardless of his story, everything about him is going to make it so he can't get to the end. He's too good at every category.
Black gay doctor.
Listen, this guy is going to
Cancer
go out
survivor.
there.
Oh my God, I know. It's
he's
just
not
like,
going to be able.
Transplant recipient, like
No, but he's
what?
not going to be able to hide the doctor. He's not going to be able to hide the I'm a doctor when he's talking to you. He's not going to be able to hide that.
And so many of these people are like, I ran an ultra marathon. Did not even know that was a thing, but like half of this cast has done an ultra marathon. But he does obstacle courses. Like that is so much more useful for the game of Survivor than being a marathon runner or a CrossFitter. Like that's a pretty big deal. So
Josh won't be able to.
What do we
play the
think about
damn
Josh
game.
as an actual player, though?
He's
I
probably,
don't
he's
know.
probably really
I'm
smart.
intimidated.
He's an athlete. I think he's gonna do well. I think he's gonna be there for a minute, but he can't win. Like you gotta keep him away from the end. That's the.
I think
if I'm them.
I think he'll make merge, but there's no way he's touching the end.
I
Can't
feel
make
like
it to the end.
you would have to throw a challenge pre-merge just to get rid of him. Like I'm somebody who would never throw a challenge, but if I saw that guy out there, like he has, like the only way he can win is if he goes out there and plays like the dumbest human being, similar to what we said about Brandon. Basically, like you got to go out there. You can't be this physical specimen and then show up and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I've got multiple degrees. I work in high pressure situations, making intelligent decisions, you know, with people's lives on the line or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. He's not an ER doctor, I know, but I'm just saying, like this guy is well educated and in great shape. You can't.
I mean, I don't think anybody has their life on the line whenever you're a podiatrist.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, you can't go in there saying I'm a doctor, okay, of any kind, and be in great shape. You can't. You gotta hide that.
And he like has a mind for the game too. So like he is like a walking red flag as a Survivor player. What do we think? Does Josh make the merge?
I think he does.
I think only because of the 3-tribe format. Yes,
I agree. I think he makes the merge.
I don't.
I think he makes the merge because he's going to be good enough in the challenges that you're going to need him to continue helping you in the challenges. And then the moment you can get him out post-merge, you're going to have a conversation about how this man cannot beat in the end.
Yeah, he got to go. All right.
So, Kylie, you think he makes merge?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Next up, we have Matt Blankenship.
Lastly.
Huh?
Lastly, I think, right?
Sure, maybe.
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah,
Matt Blankenship. And Matt is 27 years old from San Francisco, California. Like everybody is either from New York or San Francisco. We've got several, including our one Canadian that I also put in California. Okay, he is a security software engineer. And little Matt here, like I think he is Owen reincarnated. Like he talks about how the people he identifies with is Yul because he is part Asian and Eric Reichenbach. Like, I mean, if you think that identifying with Angelina is a red flag, like thinking that your gameplay is going to be modeled after Eric Reichenbach and even like citing the reasons of like, oh, he was just so naive and he got caught up in these women and they just were able to play him for a fool. And I just think that might be me. Like, poor Matt.
So like watching his video versus like when I was reading his stuff, I was like, oh, okay, he might be good. But when I was watching his video, there's just something about him. People are going to think he's sneaky. I don't know. There's something about him. I don't think his social skills are all there.
I think that he's going to come across like really anxious and like somebody that you have to reassure a lot and not, I mean, you're going to kind of maybe have to babysit him. I feel like Matt isn't it for me.
I think he's going to be like my guy Owen and that he's just going to be on the outside looking in a lot and just trying to find his footing. Good player, has the strategic chops, but may not be able to utilize them to the fullest of his ability.
Yeah, I think you guys are underrating his brain.
I think he's got a brain. I just don't think he has special skills. But
his job is to find the holes in systems and to find ways to benefit from capitalizing on those. That's literally what he does every day. And I think if he can figure out how to do that, or find somebody who he can just give the numbers to and let them figure out how to do it, like I don't know, a Claire or a Heidi or somebody that can help him with the social game a bit. Maybe not a Heidi, but I think his brain can work, and I like his glasses. So,
all right. Anything else to add about Matt? There's only one room for one Matt on this season, and Matt, you're not it. It's Matt.
I think he's got a winner's last name. I like Blankenship. I think that's a hilariously awesome name. I feel like that would be a great one to see on the check at the end, Blankenship. So, yeah, that'll be the tiebreaker of the Matt, and Maddie.
Robbie, does he make the merch?
I think so.
Karen, does he?
I don't think so. I think he's gonna be a little too. I think he's gonna get caught hunting for idols or something.
Yeah, I think he's the only guy out on this tribe. I think so.
You're gonna make us pick a winner pick, aren't you? At some point.
Yeah,
We'll do
we
that
are.
at the end.
Yeah, we are. Kylie, does he make merch?
No.
I have a question for you guys. We have gone through everyone. Karen, who do you think is the first person out of this game?
Wait. Who has the most empathetic story?
Josh is gone.
You're like them.
Oh. Do you hear that? A little cute meow. I don't know. I've actually been very good at first boot predictions, though. The only the anomaly in my predictions was Mike Turner. I thought he was the first boot, but
so I've actually been keeping track of who we think is going to make the merge and not. You don't have Carson, Sarah, Jamie Lynn, Maddie, Heidi.
Okay. Jamie.
You think Jamie Lynn is going to be the first boot?
Yeah.
So, Robbie thinks Sarah's the first boot. I think Franny's the first boot, and Kylie thinks Heidi is the first boot. This is going to be an interesting situation here.
Mm-hmm.
You keep track of that. That'll be fun.
I did, yeah.
And how many do we all have making the merge?
Yeah, I didn't keep track of my guesses.
I will tell you. Okay, Kylie has 1, 2, 3, 4. Kylie has Bruce, Carson, Jam, Brandy, Jamie Lynn, Kane, Lauren, Matthew, Claire, Franny, and Josh. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
11.
5, 6, 7.
Yep. That's pretty good.
That's good. That's pretty good. Close. I have Carolyn, Helen, Jam, Jamie Lynn, Kane, Lauren, Claire, Danny, Heidi, and Josh.
Nailed it. I didn't even keep track of mine. I'm probably way off.
Yeah, I have no idea for me.
Robbie has Carolyn, Helen, Jam, Brandy, Kane, Lauren, Maddie. Only one that has Maddie, by the way. Matthew, Claire, Heidi, and Matt.
11.
Okay, that wasn't so bad.
And then lastly, Karen has Carolyn, Helen, Bruce, Jam, Brandy, Kane, Lauren, Matthew, Claire, Danny, Franny, and Josh.
12.
So close.
Nice.
Close.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's pretty good though, with not planning that, just like the way the math worked out.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have winner picks?
I will do it after the draft.
Yeah, right now.
Fuck that shit.
Karen, who do you think's gonna win?
No, we are not doing that right now.
Karen, who do you think's gonna win?
I mean, I'll share my winner pick.
Yeah,
No
tell
way.
me.
No,
right
Karen,
now.
do not share your winner pick.
Tell me right now.
We are going to do our draft.
Karen, who do you think's gonna win this thing?
Let's do a random number generator. Who's going first?
It
Karen,
is
who
not
you
a
think-
random number generator
All right.
because our friend,
Karen,
Kevin.
Kylie, hush. Karen, who do you think is going to win?
Bruce.
You think Bruce is going to win?
Yeah.
All right.
I agree. Oh yeah, Bruce for sure. Yep.
Kylie, who do you think is going to win?
Jam Jam.
Cool. So I don't know if you guys knew, last season we all got to, me, Sheldon, and Kylie all picked, and I in the draft got Gabler at the very end, and oddly Gabler won. So as the winner of last season's draft,
fair.
I get to make the draft order.
Fair.
And
Fair.
with that being the case,
Snake.
Snake
it will
draft,
be snake. It will be a snake draft. I have decided that I will be picking first because I think it's only fair that I'm going to get the first crack at the peoples that we want here tonight. Next, Kylie, I would like Karen to be picking next because she is new to the show. Welcome, Karen, and we love to have you. And then I have a hard choice between Kylie and Robbie. Robbie, my old nemesis, and Kylie, my new nemesis.
Eat shit, Kevin.
And I hadn't seen Robbie in a while. So I would like Robbie to be picking third.
I was trying to go fourth. Like,
Nope, too bad. Kylie, this is even better because with Robbie wanting to go fourth, I want him to go third. And I want Kylie to go last.
All right.
So let's do it.
Well, guess what? Expect the unexpected. The Lord said the last shall be first and the first shall be last. I'm picking first. I'm kidding.
That's not how it
break
right.
the hourglass.
break the hour.
So, Kevin, you are up first. Who
All right.
are you taking off the board?
So with these after we've gone through all the assessments, I saw everyone for the first time today. I will be taking with my first overall pick, Claire. I like her a lot. I think she has winner upside. I'm taking Claire, just taking her off the board. That's my winner pick. I'm taking her right now.
All right, I'm next, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, well,
You're
I already said it. I'm going to take Bruce. Just
You
getting the
have it.
vibes from him.
I didn't.
Wow.
If I had Bruce making the merge, then I would have just taken Bruce right from under Karen's nose.
Okay.
I mean,
That's why
my
Kylie tried to stop
my
me.
winner picks have been so wrong. Tori
Robbie?
was my winner pick for, yeah. That tells you.
I feel like I'd be cursed if I did not take the Canadian winner, Kane.
Okay, love that.
Plus, just for the record, he actually was my highest rated, so I will take him.
Okay.
Okay. I am 2 picks in a row here. I'm going to go with Matthew. And on the flip side, I am going to take my actual winner pick, Franny.
Ooh.
First move, Franny.
Interesting.
I hope not.
All right, this is a tricky one for me. Oh man, you know what? I'm going Lauren.
Oh, great pick. Great pick. Next on
Yeah.
my board.
I forgot about Lauren.
She was next to my big board. I had her right there. I like it. It hadn't come back to me. It wasn't. I don't think Claire was going to get back to me. I just had to take Claire off the jump, but that was a great pick.
That was a great pick.
Claire
I
wasn't
really-
making it back to you.
I forgot
Yeah.
about Lauren. So, really good pick. Okay. Karen.
I guess I'll take Jam Jam.
Woo-hoo!
Nice.
Woo! Like it. I like it. That's a great pick right there, Jam Jam. For me, I'm gonna take Carolyn with my next pick. I like what she was doing there. I like the
Well,
vibe.
we talking about the same Carolyn?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'm gonna follow that up with, if he could just make it, he gonna win this thing. I'm taking Josh, because if he could just make it through, he gotta just keep it quiet enough. If he can make it through, I'm gonna take Josh right there.
All right, Karen.
All right, I'm gonna go Brandon. Even though I hate athletes.
You just took him with your third pick. This is
All right, Robbie.
You guys make it look so easy when you just fly right through your picks like that. God dang. You know what? I'm going Helen.
Oh, great pick. Fantastic pick. I had Helen coming up next for me.
Okay. I've got 2 in a row here to wrap up my team. Okay. I have Matthew and Franny so far. And, I think to add to that good mix there, I'm going to hold on, I can't remember who one of these people are. Geez. Okay. I'm going to take Carson.
Okay.
And oh my gosh. And I'm going to, my girl, she's going to be able to just rein in some of that crazy. And I'm going to take Maddie. All right.
See,
Robbie,
you guys have taken all the people that I said absolutely not to take, and you've left me multiple picks that I want, and it makes it so much more difficult to actually pick between the people I want.
thought it was interesting that Kylie has Maddie not making the merge, but being a possible winner. I find that very interesting.
I said you're just going to be able to rein it in.
Let's see. You know what? I'm going to go... Man, I'm torn between Heidi and Matt. Jesus. I'm going Heidi.
Okay.
I'm going
Right,
Heidi. Wait. I'm taking Matt.
Okay.
Change my mind. Done. Official. Stamped it. Sorry for having to scratch that out.
No, thanks for nothing.
I'm going to be pissed if Heidi wins now.
So who's left? Sarah's left. Jamie Lynn's left.
Danny and Sarah.
Jamie, Danny, Sarah, Heidi.
Yep.
Danny.
Okay, perfect. This fell right to me. Give me Jamie Lynn, baby. An Angelina fan. Give me Jamie Lynn.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Fell right to me. I love it.
All right.
I love it.
Man.
So to review, we've got Kevin with Claire, Carolyn, Josh, and Jamie. Karen with Bruce, Jam, Brandon, and Danny. Robbie with Kane, Lauren, Helen, and Matt. And Kylie with Matthew, Franny, Carson, and Maddie.
There's a winner in my 4. That's my team right there.
Not even
There's
close.
a winner in that 4.
And our sick little Sheldon that couldn't join us today, by default, Sheldon, we're not going to exclude you. We're going to give you Heidi and Sarah.
There you go. Sarah is Robbie's first boot. Heidi is Kylie's first boot. So, you're winning right there, Sheldon. Who knows what can happen?
I think I've got 2 of the final 3 on my team. I think,
okay, like all seriousness, I think Robbie has the best.
You think Robbie has the best chance of someone winning? Okay.
I think if my girl Franny doesn't win, I think Kane could definitely be a winner. And our good friend Pink-haired Aiden is in the chat, and he says if Kane doesn't win, he will dye his hair pink. The last person Aiden put all of his money on was David Alexander, and this is why he is Pink-haired Aiden. So I don't know what that means for y'all, but
Aiden, we want to see a picture, man. Make sure you tag me, KG Fury. I want to see it. I want to make sure we see that for the fans. Reality, tag us. We want to see that pink hair. The moment Kane gets eliminated. He gets voted out.
The only
All
votes
right.
he's seeing is on the last episode. All right. And it's to win the game.
I think Kane has a really great chance, like really entertaining. But my official winner pick is going to be Franny. I think Franny has what it takes. She is the calm in the storm of all of this craziness. So, Team Franny here. Kevin, who is your winner pick?
Claire, baby, let's go.
Okay, Robbie, who is your winner pick?
I'm going with Kane.
And Karen.
I'm going with Bruce.
All right. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited to do this. We're back for a new season, y'all. It's time.
Yeah.
Robbie, will you be joining us for episodes this season?
I will be joining you every single time I can. I believe it should be
Let's
every
go.
single episode.
Let's go.
I am
Karen, will you be joining us
ecstatic.
more often this season as well?
Yes.
Welcome to the team. Let's go, guys. I'm excited to be here. New Survivor season is always good times. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the little bell so that way you get the notifications. We have a podcast, so make sure you check out the podcast For the Fans Reality on Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcasts. Episodes going up the day after we record them right here live. Kylie, where can they find you?
Out here on these streets, at reality_TK. And also, we will be coming to you with some more coverage because simultaneously as Survivor 44 is running, we will be getting a cash drop very soon for BB Can 11.
BB Can 11.
There's some rumors out here, you guys, that we're getting an all-star season, and I'm not going to lie, I am very excited, and I hope it's all-stars, and I hope that Cassandra and Tim are there.
I've only watched Big Brother Canada 10. So if we get an all-star season, they're all new to me, baby. You can follow me at KG Fury. You could chat with me there. I'm talking about reality stuff. Karen, where can they find you on the socials?
I haven't decided if I want people to find me on
Sounds
social
good.
yet.
What about you, Robbie?
If anybody is weird or sadistic enough to want more of me, you're going to see me right here once a week. And I might be streaming from the hockey rink. I might be, I don't know, driving home from work, but I'll be here. And that's about it.
But this is
sounds
Claudia, by
great.
the way, if people don't
This is
know.
Claudia.
Claudia.
Claudia with an AW.
Yeah.
All right. So we will be back very, very soon with some more coverage. Probably you'll be seeing us talking some BB Can next. And then in 3 weeks, we will be back on Thursday, March 2nd, to recap the 2-hour premiere of Survivor 44. And we are so excited to talk about this season. And we will see all you guys next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye.